Okay, we're going to continue our X-Men run. We left off at issue 170, but we'll inject the giant size X-Men, some key issues, just to keep the momentum going. This is a well-known issue. Goes for a few dollars. It's definitely a key issue. Some folks would consider it a grail. It's one of the more modern, expensive books. This one's a mid-grade copy. It's really gone up recently. I've had it a long time. I'm going to hold on to it. And you wouldn't think a book that's from the mid-70s would garner that much attention, but this one does. So that's number one. Number two gets a lot less attention, and I think it's just as nice a book. So that's number two on the giant size. We'll go to number three on the king size. And then we have number four in both the direct as well as a newsstand variant. You can tell the difference. The difference is in the box. You'll see a character versus a barcode. Barcode's newsstand, character's direct. And finally, we'll round out with number five on the annual front. And then we'll continue where we left off last time with issues 171 and move our way forward. Again, like the other runs, I don't have every issue, but I've got most of them. Here's another example of newsstand versus direct. If you can see that difference. X-Men covers evolved over time. They typically will be atypical and not include the same theme in any two books. You'll see villains, you'll see the X-Men themselves, you'll see all kinds of funny stuff. This next one, there's husband and wife getting married. That's a funny one. I wonder if some of my fellow collectors can relate to that cover, but I digress. We'll move on. X-Men, again, a variety of themes. Unlike some of the other runs, like Spider-Man, you don't necessarily see the same characters on the covers. And the artistry is quite unique, detailed, and broad variety. No two books are typically alike. In later issues, you'll start to see characters such as Wolverine and some other Marvel characters pop up. This is another run that I have fairly complete through issue 400 plus. So I've got a lot of X-Men. And there's no way to cover that, in one or two videos, so that'll be spread out over 3 or 4 or even more. These are some kind of cool covers. Kind of let them speak for themselves. The books are the stars of the show. that's just a really cool cover by any measure. That's another one. These covers with either Wolverine or the feminine theme covers are pretty awesome. Forget the name of this villain. This villain shows up on some early books. As we make our way through. We'll conclude with a 14-volume reprint collection. These aren't the originals, but they're very good copies of the first 14 X-Men. The only difference is the Marvel Comics Group logo on top is different, and also the price, 40 cents. But they're replicas of the first 14 X-Men from the late 60s, I would guess. So these are replicas, reprints, but they're dated copies in their own right. At 40 cents, they came out in probably the 70s. If I was gonna date them, just taking a guess there, but either the late 70s, early 80s. So these are the first 14 X-Men. Close facsimiles to the real thing. Okay, and on that note, Comic Book Narcissist wants to thank YouTube. Thank everybody for tuning in. Catch you on the next episode. Like, subscribe.